Steve Jobs developed the NextStep operating system from the late 80s to the mid-90s, until Apple purchased the company in late 1996. At this point, development of Apple's Rhapsody operating system began. Rhapsody was based off the Openstep operating system and had a user interface modelled after macOS System 8's Platinum appearance. After further development, Rhapsody was finally publicly released by Apple on March 16th, 1999 with the name macOS X Server 1.0. In this video, we will be testing Rhapsody Developer Release 2, also known as Rhapsody 5.1, which was only released to developers in May 1998. This version of Rhapsody was the last version that could run on x86 processors, allowing it to run natively on non-Mac hardware. Okay, so absolutely ages ago, you tried out this one. This was called NextStep. This is what Steve Jobs was making with the Next company before he rejoined Apple back in 1996. So this was version 3.3. That was the late 1980s when he was first making NextStep. And then down here at version 3.3, that's the version you tried, made 1995. And then as you can see, it went into Openstep. So when Apple bought Steve Jobs' company, NextStep and Openstep, that was renamed Rhapsody, and it's been continued development from there. So basically, you tried version 3.3, and now you're going to try a much later version, Rhapsody Developer Release 2, released May 14th, 1998.
Does that mean it's only for developers?
Yes, it was actually not a full release, but the interesting thing about this version, this was the last version that actually worked on non-Mac hardware, so you could actually run it on this computer.
But why do they need to release it to a developer? Wouldn't a developer already have it because they're developing it?
Basically, developers usually get things earlier. So for example, in Windows versions, they generally give developers, for example, Windows 8 or Windows 7, 3 months before the real release, so they can make software available for it so that when it is released, there'll be all this software compatible for it.
Oh, I get, yeah.
So for example, let's say they just released it. Well, there's no software for it, pretty much. It could run macOS 8 applications.
So you're not talking about operating system developers?
No, people
who develop
software for it.
Okay, because I was thinking operating system developers would already have it because they're developing it.
So you're going to be trying something that was only given to developers. This wasn't actually for public use.
Okay.
What Rhapsody ended up turning into is it was never actually released as Rhapsody. It ended up being macOS X Server 1.0. That's what it was released as a year later. So what do you think of the login screen?
Very simplistic.
And do those buttons, do they seem like you know what everything does?
Yes, look, restart, shut down, log in. Easy.
So this is what you get when you first open up the operating system. Okay. You've got a file menu at the top, some icons on the side. I'm not telling you what everything is just because I don't want to give anything away, and it's opened up with what looks like a file browser. So your first task is, what time is it?
Doesn't have a clock anywhere.
It has a clock application, but it's not on the taskbar or anything like that.
Yeah, because normally it's either in the top right or bottom right corner, but it's just not there.
In the full, like, Mac OS X, all the versions today, or Mac OS 10, whatever you want to say, clock would usually be there.
I've clicked the Apple symbol, but I was expecting a menu to come down, but nothing's come down. It's just talking about a workspace manager.
Yep, you can click that if you want.
Okay.
1998. Apple computer, developed with yellow box.
And that's what it's about. Do you click it to find out more or not?
No.
Oh, so that's it?
Yep.
Okay, well, great. File. I know how to open a new file.
Well, that's for folders or opening files in this.
Okay, edit. Doesn't appear to be any clock type object here.
So do you need a clue?
I need workspace manager help, so I'm going to try that. Well, it's saying you can get help for the following tasks, but I want a search bar that I can type something specific into and then get a search related to my specific needs.
In Mac, that would be called Spotlight, but it doesn't appear to have that at the top corner where it usually is.
Yeah, see, none of these things help me here.
Now, I'm going to give you a clue. Quit that. Imagine this was a word processor. Instead of having file, edit and all of that here, all of that stuff is up here.
Yeah, that's what I actually thought, yeah.
So let's say you opened up a mail application. All of the mail settings and stuff would be at the top.
Up there.
Yeah.
I see. So
instead of that bar being here. Okay.
So this is only specific to what you have open at the time.
Open at the time. So since this is open, that's up. But if you moved on to this, it would change to this application setting.
I understand.
So now that you know this is a file manager and all these options up here are related to whatever program is open, try and open some applications now. Maybe a clock is an application.
Isn't it interesting though that this was the last version of a Mac operating system that could be run on any computer, any PC?
Yeah, not just Mac hardware, but yeah, in the next version, support was dropped.
Just out of curiosity then, how was I testing Mac operating systems that were later versions?
Let's just focus on what we're doing now rather than what we've done already.
Okay. So I'm going to have a look down here. There's applications. Now I would assume clock would be an application like calculator or something like that. So I'm double clicking that now. Look at that clock app. There we go, it's 3 o'clock.
No, that's just the icon. You've got to double click it.
Oh, okay.
There we go, clock is now up the corner.
Which is not right. It's more like really 3 p.m.
3 a.m. Now I want you to write, save and open a text document.
Text edit app. Now that sounds like something I would need to use to do what you just said. Okay.
Now before you save and do anything of that, what do you think all these buttons do? What does this button do?
I'm assuming that closes it.
And what do you think these two buttons do?
Maximise, minimise, so it might make it to full screen, then small again.
Okay, which one is maximise?
Maybe that, and that's maybe minimise.
Well, click on one and see what it does.
Oh, that makes it go down long ways. And that makes it disappear.
It's still here, but it's rolled up, so you can roll it down and roll it up.
So
it's almost compressed.
Oh, jeez.
See? So it's almost like a blind. Roll the blind down. Roll the blind up.
Rather than maximise, minimise, we roll it down or roll it up. Isn't that funny? So you could literally have hundreds of these little rolling things.
If you wanted, I'll give you a clue on how you multitask. See how it says what application you've got open here?
Yes.
It'll always say what application is like in focus. Click on that now. Now it's showing you all the things you have open.
Oh, so I've got the clock.
Yeah, so
open
that's how you would
and
switch to everything. So if you want to switch to the clock or the workspace, you just click those things.
And what if I hide text edit? That means I can never go to anything ever again?
Well, click it. It's now hidden.
Oh, no.
But now go back there.
Oh, then you unhide it.
Then just click on the one you want to use. See, these are what's open right now.
How do I undo what I last did?
You can click show all and that'll show everything that's open. There we go.
I prefer that.
Can you now save it?
I'm assuming I go to oh, that only gives me the option of quitting it. It doesn't want me to save it.
It's currently in clock right now, so click this and then it won't be in clock anymore. So click the application you're currently using there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. So save. I can save it.
Well, look at where it's saving. It's saving in the Diana folder.
Can I save it?
No, not on the desktop.
Why not? Because it's easier to find than when you want me to open it again.
Just keep it in the Diana folder or make a documents folder if you want.
I'll make a document.
But it has to be in the Diana folder.
Oh, well, that'll do. Just make it in the Diana folder. And I'm calling it doc.
There we go. Now quit it and use a file browser or something to find that. We'll find it just as if you're browsing documents on your computer. How do you browse documents?
I don't usually browse documents. I go into the application and then get my document.
Where is your Diana folder?
Well, it's in the text edit thing, but
it's not in text edit.
Maybe it's in there.
And there it is.
There it is.
So all your files will appear along there.
Oh, okay.
Get it? And then it opens text edit
Yeah.
automatically.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay, your next task is to calculate 506 divided by 3.
Okay, so I go into applications because I'm assuming that the calculator application would be there because I'm in clocks there, and there's no calculator application.
I'll give you a clue. There's no calculator application.
Well then, how do I complete this task using this operating system?
In NextStep, you had to open a terminal and type in a few commands to get a calculation done.
Seriously?
Yep. So there was no calculator yet in this.
Surely you're not going to get me to do that.
Yes.
Oh.
So find a terminal. You need to find an application called terminal. But terminals usually something done by an administrator. I'm not going to get you...
I'm assuming that thing looks like some sort of a terminal-like thing.
System, drive, which one do you want to go into?
I would assume it's in system.
Okay. Now, where would you go from here?
Well, because you said administrator type thing.
Usually would do it, yeah.
I would go in there.
Yep. And
I found a terminal app.
Here we go. What do you type to calculate 506 divided by 3?
Calc 506 over 3.
I'll tell you what, you did very well, but to actually start doing calculations, you need to type in BC, which stands for binary calculator, or others would say maybe basic calculator.
Or before Christ.
Yep. So once you've done that, the basic calculator or binary calculator application or terminal application is open. Then you can type in what you just typed. And you did it.
But what does that say?
I don't know.
A deformed 160.
I think. Okay.
Oh, well, I'm going to do something else to test it out. 160 times 3 equals 480. So, no, that's not a deformed 160.
Well, what is that then?
That is just strange.
What about... Yeah, I promise you, I did not plan this. I just made up a random calculation. I didn't mean for it to be this weird thing. What's 170 then? 170 times 3.
Well, it would be 30 more than that.
So that's probably 169. Oh, so it would be a point.
Oh, so it can't do point.
Maybe it's trying to do 1 and it's doing a little bit of 6 because it's a point, so it's not doing the full number, and that's why. I don't know, maybe it's drawing some of the number and that's the way it does decimal
because
points.
It's not completely the full number.
Yeah, it's not fully 160. It's like it's
drawing
1
part.
but it's only a little bit of the 6.
Okay.
I don't know.
But it's almost.
Let's just say the calculations work, but if you're doing decimal point kind of stuff, it's probably not going to work as well.
Well, okay, you said that was a basic binary calculator. Is there a more advanced calculator that can handle decimal points? Well, actually, I'm going to do a decimal point and see what happens. Let's say 2.5.
Yeah, plus.
Times.
Or times, yep.
80.9. Oh, well, it can handle that.
Okay, that's just... Maybe type it again, and maybe that was just a one-off thing. Type 506 divided by 3 again.
168.
Oh, so it was a one-off thing. Isn't that strange?
There we go. It was probably just warming up. So there we go. It's warmed up now. It can handle it. Maybe when you first open it, it needs a few warm-up exercises. Then it starts...
Because it doesn't know how to do calculate. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I just want to see if it's something to do with screen drawing. If I push that out and bring it back. It is. It's 168 now.
Oh, so it magically
it just drew it wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just had to redraw it, bring it in and out of the screen. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was a very coincidental thing. Let's just change the desktop background now.
I want to close it anyway.
Yep.
Oh.
Closing this window will terminate the BC application.
Well, the point is, isn't that what you're trying to do?
No, you're just trying to quit the terminal, but it was just warning you. You do realise in the terminal, this BC application is also open.
Okay. Just out of curiosity,
yeah.
Let's say you wanted a calculator on your desktop.
Yeah.
Could you put it on there permanently without having to go through the terminal and having the...
You could just have that BC thing open.
Oh, okay.
Or you could get an actual graphical calculator. You could probably find one. It just doesn't come with one. There's probably a third-party one. So, yeah,
okay,
you just get another
changing desktop background. Preferences. I would assume that's preferences. Appearance. Well, that's showing little lollipop decorations there.
So if you want to change the appearance or anything, how would you do that?
Well, I suppose you'd go that, then open. What's this? Shipping standard or express? What do they want? They're going to send me something now. So
they're going to send you the desktop background.
They send you the appearance in the mail now.
No, it's not. Don't worry. Internet existed. It's not that bad. It's not like they have to literally send it because the internet didn't exist. And that would be very stupid because if the internet didn't exist, you wouldn't technically be able to send that request to them.
No,
you'd have to ship and mail the request as well. Yeah. But no.
Okay, so desktop.
Yeah.
I found.
Okay, type. Do you want a colour or a pattern?
I want a pattern. So let's select some patterns here. Crinkle Tiff. Let's have a look at what Crinkle Tiff is. Okay. What a shame you don't just scroll down and it then shows you.
Automatically.
Because now you have to... The only way you click into one is if it sounds
But in future
good.
versions of Mac, I think it does that. In fact, XP didn't even show you really what it was. So...
Light grey texture. I mean, that's very creative. Light leather. Medium brown texture. Medium grey texture. Medium leather. Rice paper. I wonder what this leather is. That's what leather. Oh, it looks like the lounge.
It does look like leather.
It looks like our lounge.
So if you wanted to set that, what would you do?
Just set Yep, done.
There, so it's leather.
Okay, so colours here.
Now stop for a sec. You've done that task, now let me give you the next task. Change the window appearance, which is what you're about to do now.
Okay.
So that means the appearance, see how this is this colour, it's that kind of colour?
Oh, that's not much. So I'm going to pick something else. I want a rainbow window frame.
No, okay, so I'll show you what this is. Window frame means this here.
Yeah.
This frame of the window. So if I click choose colour here.
But you see, I chose rainbow, and I'm expecting it to be all
a rainbow.
multi-coloured, but it's not.
Okay.
It then
so
wants me to choose
what
one
colour do you
solid.
want? See this? What colour do you want that to be?
That'll
Choose somewhere
do.
here.
That'll do.
So you really want that colour?
Nice
You don't want
little
like a
aqua
little
blue.
pink or anything?
No. I want that aqua blue.
Aqua
That's
blue
nice.
like that.
Yeah.
So how would you set that now?
Well, I do a set. Okay, and close it.
Close. Now
And apply
then
it.
click apply.
So you not only have to set it, but you have to apply
Well,
it.
I don't know what set does. There we go.
Okay.
So now all the windows will be blue. Is there anything else you want to change? What if you wanted to change this?
I'm just
bar?
confused as to why it's called rainbow and yet it's a solid colour.
Don't worry about it. I think maybe the buttons were different colours or something. And as you can see, this was the window frame. Look at all the other things you can change. You can change text, colour, scroll bar colour.
Okay, do the scroll bar.
Okay, what do you want the scroll bar colour to be?
Oh, so I guess you can then make it rainbow.
Yeah, you could. You can make the scroll bars
Okay.
like
do
pink.
that, do
Oh, what?
do that.
That?
Anything, yeah.
Okay.
Set it.
And apply. So now there. Oh, that scroll bar thing is red.
thing. Oh gosh, you could really have fun with this now, couldn't you?
So what else do you want to change? Maybe those little
I want to
tab
change
things.
my thumb.
What is a thumb anyway?
I wouldn't have a clue. I'm assuming the thumb is that. I'm going to have
Yellow.
a yellow thumb.
Don't know what that did.
Good. So
Oh, the thumb is that thing of the scroll bar. So you've got a red and yellow
text
thing.
background.
Oh, so whatever's behind text. So wouldn't you really want that as white? Okay, we'll set it then.
Let's just see what happens.
You didn't set it.
Apply.
fun.
General highlights.
Oh,
wow.
look, there's blue at the top.
And even around here too.
Oh, yeah, it's around everything. Oh, yeah, these blue things.
Okay, let's do some other one now. General shadows. Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, so instead of a black shadow, it can be
Doesn't
a
really
black
give
shadow.
you-
So you can have black, 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 or all different... Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That makes some sense.
Apply.
Apply. Oh, look, the shadows around the windows are blue.
What have I not done yet?
Oh, see, you're making it look very 80s now, early 90s. Oh no, what are you going to do?
I don't know. That.
I think even those are starting to change colour. Do this one, do this.
Text. Wait. Choose colour.
Oh, what colour is text going to be now? Is everything going to be green or something?
There we go. Did they have colour printers back
Oh,
then?
look at this. That's all green and this is red now. And these are all red, look. See, and they're all blue little outlines and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's very interesting. So you can really customise and go crazy with this one.
Now they're little green things.
Okay, that's great. Now, next task.
Now that you've messed up the user interface,
Had a bit of fun with the user interface.
can you close all open applications?
Close or open?
No.
What?
Close all open applications.
I
So everything that's open can you now close. And I mean close, not just hide.
So
See,
not-
they're all open right now. How do you make them all closed?
Okay, well, I'm going to go into clock.
So how do you close clock?
Well, it won't let me even go into it.
But you are into it. That tells you whatever program you're into.
Well, I'm
You're
trying
into the
to
clock
go
right
into-
now.
Well, it's not appearing here.
But that's where it appears.
Okay, well, I'm assuming if I click on it, I can close it.
No,
Now it just
it'll-
gives me the date.
Date.
Well, I can't close. Oh, no. Maybe if I go into there and log out of the clock.
Don't log out. Because this isn't the clock now. Now you're in the workspace manager because you
Well, I'm
clicked
going to
this.
click that again, the clock.
No,
then-
you've got to get it up.
What do you mean?
So just make that, when that word says clock, that means you're in. When you're into
Okay,
the clock,
so
that
I'm-
says clock.
Well, I'm clicking clock. Oh,
No, you're clicking show all. Well, it says clock anyway,
well,
don't
it's
worry.
in clock now anyway.
Yep, you're into the clock.
So I'm going to go there and quit it. So the clock's gone, but so did the little Apple menu thing's gone too. So the
But
clock-
watch, if you click here, it's back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then I'll go into that thing again. And so what's Workplace Manager?
Now, Workspace Manager is pretty much this interface, so if you can't actually close this, closing
you
this
can
means
log
you're
out of
logging
it.
out. That means, yeah, so don't log out. Just, okay, close everything except for this. text editor is now in focus rather than workspace manager.
Okay, so it's in focus.
So you can focus up there.
File, quit. So now I'm in terminal. It's giving me the option to shell.
Okay, now last of all, I want you to just check out the operating system. Do a bit of exploring. So is there any applications you can find?
Well, I'll go to...
Notice applications are also there.
Where?
There.
This?
Yeah. See? That's another way to access your applications.
Okay, so you've got clock.
Grab.
You can grab something.
What are you going to grab?
I don't know.
An
Let's
app.
have a look. He's grabbing the corner of the thing up here.
Okay.
Oh,
Grab.
so am I. No, what is that? Grab app. Oh, that might be buying apps from the Apple Store.
No app store back then.
Really?
Now I'll show you what it is. Grab, instead of file, you grab, and then what do you grab? You grab a selection, a window, a screen, or a timed screen.
So in other words, grab is select.
No, grab, screen. Look, to grab the screen, and that means take a photo pretty much. See? You're going to take a photo.
Right.
Notice the eye moves when I move the mouse around and the mouse is a camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so to grab the screen, click the mouse, so kind of do...
Oh, not again.
So once again it's crashed. Every time it plays a sound, it crashes. So I'm guessing it would have taken a photo then, gone and then crashed because it took a photo. So that's just one little problem with this virtual machine. It just keeps crashing whenever a sound is played. So I'll just show you something else we've got here. In System and Demos, you'll notice there's a lot more things like boink out, backspace.
I want to do boink out.
I don't want you to boink out because then it'll crash again. Boink out is this it's like a game or something where you move this thing and it bounces a ball or something.
Oh, I know.
But as soon as you do that, every time it makes a bounce, it'll crash.
Well, why don't you turn the volume down and then it won't make any sound?
If it attempts to make sound, even if there's no volume, just trust me, it doesn't work.
Oh.
So what do you want to open? Definitely not that one.
Sound.
Then it'll definitely crash. So there's stickies. Do you want to get into some stickies or what?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. Okay, see? So these are like little sticky notes you can place on your screen. So you can put them anywhere on the screen and you can just go blah, 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 for notes for yourself.
Okay.
So that, and you can have them different colours. What do you think about that?
I must make sure I actually do that. So
you can change, do you want them pink or, little stickies?
different coloured stickies.
Yeah, see? Actual sticky notes.
Yeah.
And see,
Lovely.
Bold and all that.
Yeah.
And size. There's also QuickTime Player, Mandelbrot.
Doc Finder app, so I could have found my document through that.
Maybe there's even a chess.
And it's even called that, Doc Finder, so it finds the doc.
Yep, there's a chess application. Well, that's pretty good for 1998.
It is actually.
It's
very good.
Chess-like, but I'm just worried to do anything because I'm worried it'll make a sound like a moving sound and then it'll crash. There's backspace.
Backspace? We've got one of those on our keyboard. Why do we need to go into it that way?
Well, you know what? I probably won't open that because it looks like... backspace, it just jumps into there, then it disappears.
Looks actually like space, not backspace.
Well, it actually looks like the next operating system. When I say the next, I mean the previous. I mean the NextStep operating system, but the next step was actually the thing before this. So I meant the previous step that's called the next. You get it?
Yeah. This operating system is even confusing you.
Why would you need an app opener? App opener.
In case you can't open the apps normally.
It's like a little magic genie. File, hosts. That's strange. Now we're selecting hosts.
I love all the colours.
You can choose
here.
Philip, Diana. Should we get another host of this show? Should we get someone different?
Yeah, choose another host.
Okay. There's even draw.app, so we can do some drawing like... I don't know why they have to all be weird curved lines. What?
That's what you've selected. Do that one now. Select.
Yeah. Okay. So if I did this one...
Looks like someone's bottom bending over.
And then something else is coming out. There we go.
That's not good.
Knives are coming out.
Oh, gee.
Okay. Now, what else you can do? You can inspect.
You can inspect it now.
I can change the fonts and bolds.
I've already changed lots of fonts and everything on this.
You can align, you can grid it, you can lock it. So nothing can get in.
Edit that out. Go.
Let's change the colours. So what colour do you want?
Haven't we already?
Well, I wonder how you make it brown. Let's just make it red. Set. Okay. So let's say, I wanted some little circles. What? Well, okay, well fine, I'll put them there so it doesn't look like poo's coming out. There we go. Why isn't it doing the colour I chose? I chose red. Set. That's not red, in case you didn't notice. Set. Oh, there we go. So you have to set it once you've done it. So set, and that sets it as red. Okay. So that's the drawer application. You have unsaved documents. Oh, look, it's done another drawing. So quit anyway.
Quit anyway.
Review unsaved. Yeah, quit anything really in developer. Oh, there's more applications. Oh, that's for if you're building interfaces and stuff like that. Rapid.app. Yeah, so I'd say that's about everything. And I'll just show you. See this network manager.app? This is actually where you add new users. See if you go to users. See? There's Diana.
A demon?
Daemon.
Oh.
Or demon. I don't know, daemon or something.
Almost, it looks like a demon.
Yep. Root, nobody. So if you wanted to create a user, you would type create user, full name, username, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, can you now turn the computer off?
Okay, well first of all, I've got to get rid of all these little things.
Now what do you want to do? Do you really want to log out or do you want to power off?
What's the difference?
Logging out takes you back to the login screen, power off actually turns it off.
Would that even turn your computer off?
It would turn the virtual computer off.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to turn the virtual computer off.
Yep, okay, go. There we go.
I'm not trying this again. I've tried it. That's it. Don't need it.
Please wait until it's safe to turn off your computer. And it's like, it looks like a unsafe sign. It's like, oh, radiation.
Yeah, it does. It looks like, I was just thinking, it looks like a radiation sign.
The CPU has been disabled by the guest operating system. Power off or reset the virtual machine. So, what do you think of Rhapsody?
I could navigate through it.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem logical to me having that menu at the top only applicable to what you've got open down the side.
So that's actually the same as a modern Mac OS operating systems like...
Obviously, because I'm a Windows user, I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
But once I found out
how to use it, it was okay.
Yeah, I could then navigate through. To me, it looked like very bare bones of it. It didn't really have all the applications, but I guess that's what you'd add.
Yeah, you can add heaps, and that was just a developer version. That wasn't really a version that's supposed to come with all the applications. That's more of something developer goes, oh, I'm going to use this to make applications.
Well, to be completely honest, the way it is set out, having that thing at the top, only applicable to what's down the side open up.
Yeah.
I don't really like that set out. I like the current set out where you've got the menu at the top, and it's always the menu at the top. There's no, deciding what it's going to be at that point.
So if there was no applications open, what would the menu at the top do?
Well, it would always have the same things in it. You go to it, and no matter what the computer thinks you've got open at the time, it will always have the exact same choices to choose from.
So what would those choices be?
I don't know, whatever they are.
So it would have file edit. What would you be file editing? What would you do that with?
With files, documents.
But that's relating to file browser.
No, it would have all the programs.
So it would be almost, okay, so you're saying, let's say this start menu at the bottom. It's almost like grabbing the start bar and putting it at the top of the screen like that, and having it as a little launcher at the top like that.
having like the drop down menus and
something like that. Okay then.
Instead of having this dependent on what's open there.
Yeah. And did you notice to launch the applications, there was no dock in Mac at that time, so nothing like this even. It's funny, this kind of looks like a dock, but it's a quick launch bar. So that didn't really exist in Mac at the time. In NextStep it did, so they actually kind of removed a dock to open programs. So you would actually literally, to open programs, you'd need to go to your file browser and find the files in your file browser. So you would have to, kind of go to them like that. So that would be pretty annoying.
In all fairness, it is a developer release. I don't know, this one I just find really confusing.
So in other words, if you could rate the ease of use of this operating system out of 10, what would the ease of use be to a general user?
To a general user?
Do you feel like, for example...
5, it's average.
It's average?
I mean, I've had operating systems which are much more intuitive and easier to navigate.
Yeah.
This one involved a little bit of what seemed illogical the way it was set out. But anyway, that just could be a Windows user trying to use something completely different.
So you think the way that Mac went now with the current operating systems, do you think that they've definitely done a lot better? They've improved this?
They've definitely improved it. Mac's gone a long way since this, yeah.
So as you can see in macOS 10.9 Mavericks, or whatever, however you say it, see the bar at the top is based on what you've got to see, because calendar's open, that's open, but then at the same time you've got this bar at the bottom that's always there, unless you hide it, and it's got all your programs. So if you want to open up the internet, you'd click Safari. If you want calendar, there. Text editor, there. Checklist, there. Maps, there. See, and chatting, there. Photos, there. App Store, there. So music, there. Settings, there. See, so it's always at the bottom there.
Whereas in Windows, the menu or the bar is always, it always is what it is.
It's basically a taskbar in Windows. So you've got this taskbar, and if you open something such as, let me just type in Notepad. That little bar thing, this is basically the bar that's pretty much always at the top of the screen in Mac. In Windows, there's just nothing there. So basically, this bar is just taken out of this application and put up there in Macs, practically. Anyway, see you next time.
Bye.